ideas regarding Drew and Braden?
They're just sick. Just keeping them out for today. Just cold, flu. They'll be back tomorrow.
You expect them to be?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just 24-hour or whatever. Just chills and stuff like that.
How's Nas coming on?
Nas is going to play in this game.
Is he going to have a protective thing on his hand?
No, he'll have a full hand. There's just going to be something on his thumb. Yeah, but
that looked like a club he was wearing.
Yeah, that was just the initial protection, but in the game, he'll have full use of it.
Really random, Brandon. Did you ever play fantasy football?
I did not. Sorry.
How's Mike doing with the ankle?
Mike Williams progressing. I don't know if you guys saw him out there, but he is doing better each day, and not going to make it at this game, but I still consider him day to day, working hard, and I like where he's at.
And then will it be Foster at right tackle again in place of Trey?
It will be, yes.
Brandon, how do you make of it that Justin has had so many personal milestones, like every single week? He's reaching kind of a new one as far as fastest to get to this many passing yards, to get this many passing touchdowns. What do you think those numbers say about him, and ultimately what would the best accomplishment for Justin be as an individual?
Well, I think the ultimate accomplishment for Justin is he wants to be a great teammate. That's how he views the game, and that's how he views his position on the team, is to be a great teammate. I know how important that is to him. I know he wants to be a champion. I know he wants to be a part of a team that accomplishes something special, ultimately being a champion, a division champion, a conference champion, a world champion, because that's something I think that is really special about Justin is how much the team means to him. And he's surpassing all these milestones because he's one of the remarkable players in the league that the history's ever seen in the league. But he does so within the framework of being an awesome teammate. And he's accomplishing all these milestones because of how fierce he is towards his craft and how he performs on game day. And I think that he's bringing his teammates along with him every single day. He's doing it because of his teammates. And I think that everybody's playing at a high level with him and for him. And you're going to continue to see him make these kind of milestones because he's that special.
What goes into being an awesome teammate?
I think being the same every day. I think coming in and really setting the example of what you want your teammates to be like. I think, there's a phrase, that I was taught as a young kid is like, be everything you want your players to be. Or be everything you want your students to be. That's what my parents used to say to me. But I think with Justin, he's everything he wants his teammates to be. He's unselfish. He's hardworking. Is dedicated, is going to play through pain, going to play through tough losses, going to be able to show that he can bounce back. When he has incredible success, he's always even-keeled, even when he's at the highest of the high after a big game. He keeps that same poise. And so I think, as a teammate, you appreciate that about your franchise quarterback, a star player, is that he's one of us. And I think he does a great job of fitting in with the group. And making it about his teammates. And I think that that's a very special quality of his.
Justin, you have been sacked more the last couple weeks than you have at any other span of your career over the same time span. I know each play kind of is its own entity, but is there a kind of a common theme or something that you guys have noticed that you need to get better at and that's happening in those instances?
I think there are times where I could get back to the line of scrimmage, where I've gone down before the line of scrimmage, and that counts as a sack. And I think the offensive line have done a great job of protecting me all the time and getting enough time to get the ball out. And, I feel like Coach Nuge and Joe Lombardi have done a great job of getting a protection plan together. And, sometimes that happens, and we just got to keep executing, but just got to get back to the line of scrimmage and get the ball away.
Justin, talking to Joe yesterday, just about how you're operating at the line of scrimmage pre-snap. You just mentioned that you've grown in confidence just in terms of adjusting things, making checks, killing plays, that sort of thing. How much more confident are you in those areas in terms of being decisive there at the line of scrimmage and making changes when you see it's necessary?
I think it just comes with experience and being out there and going through it and making mistakes and learning from those and having been in the offense for 2 years now and having a bunch of film on tape, being able to go back and check it. You feel more comfortable with the offense. You know what Joe's wanting when he calls a certain play. And so I think as an offense we just feel more comfortable with what we're doing out there.
You said one thing he's noticed from you is maybe you really taking ownership of the offense. Like this is my unit as opposed to being Joe's unit or anyone else's unit. Do you feel that way? Like that you're taking ownership of it and making it yours in the sense of how you're operating at the line of scrimmage?
I'd like to think we're able to do that. I think as a group we've come a long way and we're getting a lot better. And like I mentioned earlier, we're feeling much more comfortable in the offense and understanding what Joe wants from a certain play. And having gone through that for 2 years now, we feel like we've got a better shot at that. And there's still a lot of room for improvement for us. There's still plenty of things that we can clean up. But I thought as a unit we've done a lot of good things so far this year, and just looking for to keep getting better from it.
It's like every week there's another milestone that you're hitting, the fastest quarterback to get an X amount of yards or to have this many touchdowns. Are those numbers or milestones that you're made aware of or that you keep track of?
No, I haven't been paying any attention to that. I think the most important thing is how we're doing as a team and what we can get better at collectively. So as an offense, I think we've done some good things this year, but there's still plenty of room for improvement for us.
Do you keep track of like the playoff standings and where you guys stand and all that?
We just worry about what we can do and what we can control as a team here. If we take care of business, do everything we can on and off the field, we'll like the outcome, but you don't have too much control of what's going on outside of this building.
Justin, the second quarters have been real productive for you guys. The other three quarters not as much, especially in the second half, third quarter. Is there anything you see going on there that in some of these games you haven't had many possessions? I know they're not at halftime. Is there anything else you've been able to identify in terms of why the production might fall off in the second half?
I think we just need to execute better. We need to keep converting on third down, and I think as long as you're able to extend drives on third down, I think that kind of sets you up for a good possession. But I think being able to keep pushing the ball down the field, establishing our run game, limiting turnovers, and converting on third downs is something that we need to do.
Justin, you were a part of a really interesting draft class, just being at 2020. It was like the COVID year, but I'm wondering, with any of those guys that were in your draft class, did you create any friendships or any kind of connection with any, especially the other quarterbacks in that draft class?
I think because of the whole COVID issue, a lot of it was separated, and so we weren't able to kind of work out together and things like that. So for the most part, it was just checking in when we were at the combine or things like that.
With Joe and Tua, are those guys that you keep kind of an eye on how they're doing or what they're doing just because you guys did come at the same time, or is it just like any other quarterback or any other kind of team in the NFL?
I think it's really only when we're watching a common opponent. We try to focus on the defense of who we're playing, watching as much film as we can on them. But anytime you get to watch a good quarterback, it's fun. You learn a lot, so it's good to see from those guys.
Justin, the My Cosmic Leads initiative starts this week. What made you choose the LA Regional Food Bank?
I'm super thankful for all the work that they've put in together. As they feed so many people and providing so many meals, and all the staff, workers. I've got so much respect for what they're able to do. So being able to help out, that was a big cause for me.
And a little out of left field, do you play fantasy football?
I do not.
Have you ever thought about it?
I'm sure I did growing up, but it's not something that I've spent too much time thinking about now.
If you want to see more content like this, check out the link right here.